it was full of holes.
The room was like what?
Like a strainer.
A strainer? A sieve?
It was, yes. It was. There was so many holes in the room. I don't know how we didn't get killed then.
You know, by the grace of God.
Yeah.
Now, Catherine
because
Madison.
We were on the floor.
Now, Catherine.
And the shooting was coming through the ceiling and through the walls also. And I remember there was a bunk beds. You know, there were bunk beds, and my Bible was on top of it, of the bed, upper bed, and they shoot it. They shoot my Bible. It had a big hole like this, my Bible. And I remember when I went out, I asked David, should I take my Bible like this? And he said, yeah, take it as an evidence. But when I got there, they took it away from me. And I had another Bible, a new Bible.
Oh, so they took your old Bible with the large hole.
Yes, and they took my new one too. And I never got it back.
How big was the hole in the old Bible?
Oh, it was about this big. About this big.
Where were you taken to jail? Where did they take your Bible?
I don't know. They took it away from me, that's all I know.
Well, Ophelia, thank you very much for talking to us.
You're welcome.
More progress was made today near Waco. A church is going up where the Branch Davidian compound burned down.
Volunteers, including Davidians, are laboring to have their place of worship finished by April. Channel 8's Laura Martin reports.
You can see it in their faces. They're serious about their cause, rebuilding the church at the Branch Davidian compound. Austin radio talk show host Alex Jones organized the effort. The materials are donated. Volunteers do the work.
Some weeks, as much as 150 people out here. On average, I'd say about 40, 50 people over the day.
It's taken us quite a while, but on the other hand, we've only been working on it like a day a week, so it's not really a long time when you consider the size of it and everything.
The church shell stands where the compound chapel stood before the 1993 fire that destroyed it and killed more than 80 Davidians. So far, $70,000 in donations for the new building have come in from Austin to North Texas.
Every piece of wood has been doused with a flame retardant. This too donated by a Dallas company, a $5,000 product.
Branch Davidian Sheila Martin watches the construction almost every Sunday. She lost her 4 children and husband in the fire and longs to tell her family about this effort.
Look, Wayne, look what's going on, what's happening. Isn't this great? Look at these people who are willing to do these things. I don't have him there beside me to do that.
Volunteers plan to have the church finished for a special service on April 19th, the anniversary of the fire. Near Waco, Laura Martin, Channel 8 News.
Rebuildachurch.com. There it is, folks. A blank check already signed. Hey, let's go to Mexico.
A lot of thought and effort has gone into the construction of this church. It's going to cost them exactly $101,000. They've even gone as far to put in this long ramp for handicap needs. The Branch Davidians are also looking forward to their trial date in May when they will present a federal lawsuit against the government for wrongful death of those Branch Davidians that perished on Mount Carmel 7 years ago. And a recreation of the battle that took place here will be done this spring at Fort Hood. And this is part of the civil suit against the government where they want to use infrared technology called FLIR to prove that the government did fire.
The fire that burned the Branch Davidian compound to the ground is sparking a government investigation some are calling biased.
To investigate Reno, that's a real question.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear your question.
You're not going to answer the question about Reno, huh?
These rounds were like rockets coming through the windows, breaking the glass and flying past your head, and they were firing.
Duell says he doesn't trust the FBI's reports and that he's skeptical of the attorney representing the Branch Davidians' families. He feels Michael Cabell has too many government ties to handle the case. Cabell is taking a wrongful death lawsuit against the government to court in mid-May. Both he and the government's defense attorney assure a fair trial.
I think they're interested in getting at the truth. I don't think they have any preconceived notions about how this test should come out.
A federal judge today ruled no video from this simulation be released to the media.
The 7th anniversary of the fire at Mount Carmel is fast approaching, and for the past 6 months, volunteers have been working on a new church, preparing for this year's memorial. Today, they were out in full force putting on the finishing touches. News 25's Matt Flory has more on the story.
It's a busy day at Mount Carmel, for the simple reason it's the last weekend at Mount Carmel before this new church was expected to be complete.
Insulation is being put up underneath the church right now. The finishing touches is being put on the church at this time. It is beautiful. Custom made, everything is custom made inside. It's beautiful.
On April 19th, 1993, fire destroyed the first church and killed more than 80 Branch Davidians. So in September of last year, volunteers from Central Texas began building a new one. They've been working to make sure it's complete for this year's anniversary and memorial service. And today was the last full day volunteers could help complete the church before April the 19th.
I mean, we've had people from all over the country that have come. We've had people that have sent donations from all over the country, and it's a real shot in the arm to know that many people care, that many people are concerned with what happened here and want to, you might say, make a statement by helping to rebuild.
Most of the work is done, and the church will be ready for the anniversary. Today, volunteers are working on the landscaping while others are cleaning windows. It's an effort that began with radio talk show host Alex Jones, who started the project by recruiting people on air, and that has continued.
Each week, I put out the word for what we need, and people always come through. Some weeks we have more materials than we even have time to put up.
This Wednesday on the anniversary, more than 1,000 people are expected to be here at Mount Carmel for two different reasons. First of all, they'll be remembering everyone that died during the 51-day siege. And second, they'll be dedicating this new church, even though it's not completely finished just yet. I'm Matt Flory for News 25 at Mount Carmel.
Today, volunteers from Austin and, in fact, all over the state of Texas finished the new Branch Davidian Church near Waco. It's scheduled to reopen this week, exactly 7 years after a deadly siege on the compound. KI's Pamela Cathion was there today.
For volunteers who are rebuilding here, the new Branch Davidian Chapel is a reminder of more than 81 Davidians who died.
This is kind of like picking up the pieces and carrying on, you know.
But for many others, the church is a reminder of a painful past. The new chapel stands in the exact spot where a 51-day standoff took place in April 1993. A standoff between Branch Davidian leader David Koresh, his followers, and federal agents. The siege ended in a fiery raid where several federal agents and Davidians died. Some from gunshots, others from the fire. Sheila Martin lost her husband and 4 children.
This is my oldest son. He was 20.
Even with the new church standing, there are still reminders of the 1993 siege all over this complex. Davidians say a tank ran over this trailer during the raid.
But as surviving Davidians rebuild, they also face a federal trial. They have filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the federal government.
Alex, I've been wanting to come down here for the last 6 years, and it just so worked out this weekend. I didn't know it until a couple days ago, but I got an opportunity to come down here, fly down, and I'm really glad I got to make it. I don't get to stay very long. I have to fly out today, but I come down here and met a lot of new people, real nice people. I knew what I was going to meet when I got here anyway. It's no surprise. But all these people out here volunteering to help these Davidians rebuild this church, and I think it's great. You know, the federal government, they like to go out and destroy, and these people are out here building, and that's the difference between a bunch of good folks and a bunch of bad ones. You know, they're on all of us, after all of us, to pay our tax dollars, and I can tell you what those tax dollars go for. They go for our own destruction. And this, the Branch Davidian Mount Carmel here was just an excellent example of what I'm talking about. If people can't see that, then there's no future for them. And that's what I feel about it.
And you know, it's been done by all volunteer and all donations.
Yes, sir, that's true. Well, that's beautiful. That's the way the people think like I do. That's the way we think and believe. Nobody's taxing anybody. They want to come out and help, that's great. They're here. You can see that. Doing a great job. Bo Greitz was up there working on it a while ago, and he said, oh, there's Weaver. He built a cabin. He can help us build. I said, yeah, I think these people are more particular than what I was.